It's Joe Zikas from YoChicago.com. I'm in my office today and I've got some guests from Redfin. Introduce yourselves, please.
Yes, thank you, Joe. Dario Medina from Redfin. I'm the area manager here in Chicago.
And I'm Mark Reitman, the regional director for the Central U.S.
For people who don't know the Redfin business model, maybe talk a little bit about how you're different from the traditional brokerage firms.
I think the major way that we're different is we try to, and the iPad apps are one example of it, is we try to create the best technologies out there so that we can be a lot more efficient than what the traditional brokerage model is. And because we're more efficient, it saves money at all ends, and one result of that is we're allowed to share some of those efficiencies in costs and time back to our clients.
But given the fact that you do operate on a limited service basis to some extent, you do limit the properties that you work with, the clients that you work with, price ranges?
No, well, to the first part about the limited services, we don't limit our services whatsoever. We provide just as much service as anybody else, and probably even more so than most do. So we're not limited in that regard, nor are we limited. Well, I guess we're a bit limited on the properties that we do service because we're unique in the sense that we do have some more overhead in some directions than other brokerages. For example, our agents are employees, they get full benefits. There is a cost there, so because there is the cost on that end, we do have a limit to the price point that we service below a certain point, but no limits on the upper end.
And we also do have a complimentary partner program to have a solution for that still. So it's not to say we can't help you. We have some partner agents that we've interviewed and that buy into our values model, and we think will provide the quality that we expect out of agents. And so they're able to help on those properties.
Many brokers have a fog the mirror approach to who they'll hire, but from what I've seen, Redfin does a pretty thorough screening process.
Essentially, because we're a company established what our company values are, and we've trickled the company values into the interviewing model. So when we're interviewing people, we're not necessarily going through their resume and asking them questions about their resume. We've done that beforehand. We've screened that ahead of time. What we're doing is making sure that it's a values match, and all our questions are geared to find out that you're going to be a good fit within the Redfin model, which is really being a true advocate for the customer and providing the highest level of customer service. And our business model is set up in a way to compensate the agent for that, so they will get a better bonus if they provide a high level of service. And taking that further along, the reviews that are posted and are transparent, every single review is shown on our website, allows not only the customers to select which agents they want to work with and see what homes they've closed, but it actually just shows what our agents are capable of. And it's one of the main reasons why people end up working with us. I hear that time and time again from our customers. I read your review online, and I thought that you closed a home in the area I'm looking for, and I liked what people had to say about you.
And so not only are all those reviews there, good, bad, or ugly, but that's also how the agents get paid bonuses on their transactions. So they're paid on how well they do for their client and how happy their client is, not just for closing the transaction in the first place. But to your other point about the fog the mirror approach, that's one of the ways we're completely opposite than most of the rest of the industry as well. Whereas most brokerages will hire as many agents as they can in the hope that some of them will then go out and produce business for them. We're opposite in the fact that we don't ask our agents to go out and produce business and prospect and cold call. Especially the website provides more than enough potential clients, so they don't need to do that. So we only ask our agents to provide quality service. So our hiring approach is to hire just enough people to serve the clientele that we already have, and that's why we keep it limited and therefore more restrictive on who we hire, rather than taking the other approach of hiring as many as we can and hoping that some will produce more than some of the others will.
What's new on the drawing boards for the website? We've seen a lot of innovation come out of that site. Are there things coming down the pike?
There's always more and more coming down the pipe. Whenever we have new releases, which is major releases are usually once a quarter, and in between, we sometimes have minor ones. We already have new ideas that are always in the pipeline. So I don't know if we want to say exactly what we are, and one of those reasons is because we're always debating on which ones we should go after. We have a long list of ideas, and we tend to go through the pros and cons of each one and prioritize which ones we should go for first. So the short answer to your question is yes, there are new things coming down the
But
road.
have you heard of Open Book yet?
No.
Okay, so that's a great new feature we have on the site where we're sharing information about vendors that we've worked with. So a buyer or a seller can go on the website and find, whether it's inspectors, real estate attorneys, lenders, all the way down to painters and handymen.
I always counsel people never to hire a home inspector that brokers like.
Oh, well, it's not that we like, it's that we've worked with them and people are reviewing them. So the same review process that's in place for the agents is also in place for the vendors that are attached to transactions now. So now there's reviews by the consumers.
So it's
of
the buyer or the seller reviewing.
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct.
That's more trustworthy.
Yes, absolutely. So each time we do a transaction, we gain more and more of a database in that open book model. So that's been a nice. When did we launch the open book?
In Chicago, it was, I think, just a couple
About 2
months
months
ago.
ago.
Yeah.
We got Rachel from Seattle in the back.
Yeah, off camera question.
Yeah, so part of some of the back end tools that our agents get to use on every transaction, they list all of the affiliates or professionals that our clients use. They get added to the database, and at the end of a closing, just like with our agents, a survey is automatically sent out for those other professionals, and that builds the reviews for all those other professionals.
Okay, thank you.